Alright, guys, I've had to record this video because in the first one I couldn't stop laughing. I really, really couldn't. Joe Biden has had a series of gaffes today, and they go from bad to worse. And obviously, look, everybody's probably hearing right now about the major one. Believe it or not, it's not the worst situation. It's the worst one, sure. But there's another situation that people are trying to divert attention away from. So we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about Joe Biden. And look, Joe, if you watch this video, collect $200. Go past go to the nursing home. You're done. This is it. The election is over. You can't win this anymore, okay? Not only have you just insulted the black community on a black radio program, and what I mean by black radio program is a program that is watched majority by the black community, but you're also going through and claim that you're going to beat yourself. You're done. You are really done, Joe, okay? You need to go home. You need to go to the nursing home. Just please, this is elder abuse right about now. Okay? Please stop. Something just growled outside. But regardless. But let's jump into it and let's talk about this. So, oh boy, I don't even know where to start with this. So, the first thing we're going to talk about, guys, is this. I'm prepared to say that I have a record over 40 years and that I'm going to beat Joe Biden. Please stop. Alright, we do have this video. We're going to just jump straight into it, guys, because we need to talk about this second thing too.
I'm prepared to say that I have a record of over 40 years and that I'm going to beat Joe Biden. I'm prepared.
Joe Biden has just said on CNBC that he is going to beat himself. Now look, fair disclosure, people are trying to claim that he said, I'm going to be Joe Biden. And I'm pretty sure, left wing. So at the end of the day, I don't know. Look, if you really want to know what my odds on the chances of he said B are instead of beat, I'm thinking it's a 20 to 80 shift. I think 20% chance he said B, Joe Biden, 80% chance he said beat. Because the more I listen to this, the more it sounds like beat. Let's listen to it one more time, guys. Let me know what you think, what he says.
I'm prepared to say that I have a record of over 40 years and that I'm going to beat Joe Biden. I'm prepared to say that I have a record of over 40 years and that I'm going to beat Joe Biden.
That to me sounds like he's saying beat. I'm going to beat Joe Biden. You just literally admitted you're going to beat yourself. Now, obviously, at the end of the day, if that's true, if that's what he did say, obviously, then he was talking about he's supposed to beat Donald Trump, but the guy doesn't even know where he is or who he is anymore. Please just stop, okay? It's elder abuse. It really, really is elder abuse. And at the end of the day, just stop, okay? Democrats, please, someone come and get Sleepy Joe, take him home, put him in the nursing home, wrap him up in mothballs and put him in storage, okay? He's done for. And this isn't the worst thing that he's said all day, mind you. We're going to get to the other thing he talked about, don't you worry. But there's a reason why at the moment when you go through, why the top 3 trending things at the moment on Twitter are all about Joe Biden. And I don't even know if I can actually go through and mention one of these, but the top 2 obviously go about COVID, beer bug. The third one is Joe Biden is a ist. Fourth one is what Biden. The fifth one is Joe Biden sat down with a governor and discussed the now black vote. Now that was something else. That was I forget what it was now. That's actually just changed. So they're actually going through and starting to remove some of these. Because like that had 120k retweets. This has had 44k tweets. And This one here has just been pushed artificially. But yeah, there was a third one that was also like, it was, Biden said what? I think it was. So, yeah, so they're artificially trying to increase it now because they're trying to bury this because, like, oh my God, what did the candidate just say? All right, so that's one thing that he said. Now, let's jump into the other thing because, oh my God. Biden says, you ain't black if torn between him and Trump in a dust-up with Chute the God. And it's not just Fox News that's covering this either. Biden, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black. Politico. ABC News. Biden tells black radio host, if you have a problem figuring out if you're for me or Trump, you ain't black. USA Today. Joe Biden in testy interview says you ain't black if you're undecided over him versus Trump. Washington Times. Biden to African American. You ain't black if you vote Trump. It's bad. It's really, really bad. So Joe Biden faced a swift backlash on Friday for suggesting during a continuous radio interview with host Chute the God that those having a hard time figuring out whether to support him or Trump ain't black. The dust-up occurred 17 minutes into the vice president's interview. We are going to have to watch this, aren't we? On the interview on The Breakfast Club, a national broadcasted morning TV show popular with black listeners, when a Biden aide tried to end the interview, prompting the host to charge, you can't do that to black media. So that's how this whole situation started, right? He turns around and he says that, he has to go. His wife has got him booked in to talk to the white media. I don't know why we have to have white and black media, but regardless. And then the host of the show turns around and says, no, you can't do that to us. You can't cut this interview short. And it's identity politics, I know, but anyway. The presumptive Democratic candidate nominee, Democrat presidential nominee, stressed that his wife had an upcoming engagement and suggested that he would have to go whether dealing with the white media or black media. Oh no, I'm in trouble, he joked as he referred to making his wife late. Biden and his wife Jill share the same studio in the basement of their home in Wilmington. After Chute the God, who's black, then asked Biden to come back on the program again, the former vice president agreed and the host added, it's a long way to November, we've got more questions. That's when Biden dove into a rapid-fire defense of his record with the black community. I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether for me or Trump, then you ain't black, he said. It's unclear whether Biden meant to refer only to the host or the community as a whole. Chute the God responded that it has nothing to do with Trump. It has to do with the fact that he wants something for his community. Sounds pretty intellectual and smart to me. That's what people for Trump keep saying, is they're supporting Trump because he's for their community. So I don't have a problem with Chute saying that. Biden fighted back. Take a look at my record. I extended the Voting Rights Act for 25 years. I have record on that, second to none. The NAACP's endorsed me every time I've ran. Take a look at the record. After the friction, the interview, which was pre-taped on Thursday, ended on a mutual positive note with Biden agreeing that he will come back. But you ain't black moment reverberated on social media with the host retweeting a variety of listeners complaining about it. Biden should never say that to a black man. You ain't black under any circumstances, one wrote. The Breakfast Club put the question to listeners on whether they agree with Biden. President Trump's campaign, meanwhile, quickly highlighted the clip, tweeting, "This is disgusting," and I would agree with them. Trump's senior advisor, Katrina Person, called the remarks something and dehumanizing That word, okay? I can't speak. I've got a splitting headache. Saying Biden believes black voters are incapable of being independent or free thinkers, which is actually an interesting thing because that's what Kanye was saying. She added that he truly believes that a 77-year-old white man should dictate how black people should behave. Biden has a history of racial condensation. I don't know that. I know that word, but I can't pronounce it. Condescension. And today he once again proved what a growing number of black Americans have always known. Joe Biden does not deserve our vote. The Trump campaign communities director Tim Mulligan spotlight a question from Kanye West in a prominent African American support for the president, saying, "I will not be told who I'm voting for because of my color." We're going to get on to all this, don't worry, guys. But Biden campaign advisor Sidham Sanders defended the comments, stressing Biden's record with the black community and saying that the comments made at the time of the Breakfast Club interview were in jest. But let's be clear about what VP was saying. He was making the distinction that he could put his record with the African American community up against Trump any day, period. But that's not what he said, though, is it? He still accidentally, isn't he? If it was Trump that said this, can you imagine how the media would be carrying on right now? The media would be losing it. Persons in a Trump campaign conference call with reporters fired back that Biden's comments wasn't in jest, he was serious. And I believe he was. And then Senator Tim Scott of California, the only black GOP senator and supporter of the president, said, "I won't even dignify that with a response" when asked about Sanders' comments that Biden was joking. Pearsons, when asked by Fox News if Trump had ever been a guest on the Breakfast Club or if there were now plans to have the president do an interview on the program, said the president has not been on the Breakfast Club. "I'm not sure that he's been invited." She added, I'm not opposed to it, I think that's the place that we should go. I think it's a good idea. If at the end of the day, if the Breakfast Club can get Trump to go on there, Trump should do it. He really, really should do it. Biden has enjoyed widespread support among black voters, not just in general election polls. Fox News polls show black voters favor Biden over Trump by 72 to 12%. We've seen numbers fluctuate. We've seen numbers as up as around 30% for black community. But during the primary battle, his victory in South Carolina primary boosted by black voters. But yeah, that's because he's up against Sanders. Supporters helped revive his then struggling campaign and catapult him towards a dominating performance on Super Tuesday. But like I said, he wasn't up against Trump, was he? He was up against Sanders. And my understanding was that the poll turnout for these super events wasn't that good. There are a lot of people that sat out these elections, these primary elections. So, yeah. Meanwhile, it's not the first time 2020 contender has questioned the party affiliation of the particular race or religion. Last year, President Trump faced backlash for saying that American something who supported Democrats show either a total lack of knowledge or great disloyalty. He was pointing to anyone supporting Representative Ilmar Rashid Tlaib, both critics of Israel, and that is actually probably more acceptable because these people, These people here are actually IS themselves, but they're IS against a different group. And like I say, it's not just mainstream media that's reporting on this. It is. Everybody is talking about it right now. Now we do have the clip, and we will watch that for you guys, and we'll probably wrap it up there. So let's go through, and let's play this clip.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
It don't have nothing to do with Trump. It has to do with the fact I want something for my community. I would love to see.
Take a look at my record, man. I extended the voting rights 25 years. I have a record that is second to none. The NAACP has endorsed me every time I've run. I mean, come on. Take a look at the record.
All right, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Anyway, thanks. I will come back.
All right.
I look forward to seeing you in person.
Okay, absolutely.
Okay, pal. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it, Charlamagne. You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
It don't have.
But there's no way I can. But I know he's smiling when he says it. But it's just. It's just. You imagine if Trump would say this to someone. You imagine if Trump said this to like Diamond and Silk or whatever. Like, oh my god, this is bad. This is really, really, really bad. And like, even the most left, like, even the left is sitting there saying this is bad right now. The more this guy talks, the more Trump is likely to win in November. So please keep him talking. Really, please do. Look, at the end of the day, guys, gosh, he really put his foot in his mouth there. Oh, wait, no. That was Joe Biden, your candidate. Yeah, pretty much. Like, at the end of the day, I really would like to see Trump come on here and go on this program. I think it would really show the difference between the two candidates. And I think at the end of the day, Trump needs to do some work with the black community. He has a lot of things that he's helped them out with. Like, for example, he's gone through, had, record unemployment levels before this whole beer bug. Small businesses for the black community had never been higher than it has ever been before. There was a lot of positives for the black community. So at the end of the day, I think that Trump going on this program would be able to highlight that. And I think that would be a good thing. I don't know, Charlamagne, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name right. I'm not sure if I'm getting that right or not. But yeah, I think that Trump needs to go on this Breakfast Club and yeah, just answer any questions that they may have. And just show the difference between the two candidates, because that in itself would probably win the election. But guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What are your thoughts on him saying that he's going to beat himself? What are your thoughts about him saying that you ain't black if you're torn between him and Trump? To me, these are disgusting comments. They really, really are. I don't care that much. It's not my candidate. This is a Democratic candidate. I would never vote for him. He's a war hawk. There's so many reasons to not like Joe Biden. I would much rather vote for Trump than a Democrat right now, because it's this whole identity politics and everything into it. But look, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Do you think do you think that, like, for example here, people are saying that they're supposedly saying I'm going to be Joe Biden, or do you think it's beat? Do you think this one, he was saying it in jest? Do you think it makes a difference? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. If this video has been helpful, please smack that like button. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, we'll see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube. Have a great night and enjoy.